President Trump's attorney Michael Cohen leaves federal court in New York. Seth Wenig, AP, a serious lack of trust. The White House communications team has scrapped its large daily meeting in response to the leak of a derisive comment about Senator John McCain's R-Ariz cancer diagnosis made at one of the gatherings. In an effort to stem leaks, the meeting of roughly 24 staffers has been replaced by a gathering of a smaller group of communications aides who meet to discuss strategy. Someone in the administration who trusts scientific consensus? Trump's NASA chief, "I fully believe and know the climate is changing. So far, we can trust the courts to check President Trump." A New York appeals court on Thursday rejected a request from President Trump to stay proceedings in a defamation suit filed by a former contestant on The Apprentice, who has claimed that he sexually harassed her. The ruling on Thursday is a legal setback for Trump, who is facing multiple lawsuits focused on allegations women have made against him as well as his public comments about those women. It could open him up to discovery in the case, although he could also file further appeals to try to delay proceedings. Good luck with that. Don't trust what Rudy Giuliani says about soliciting foreigners for campaign help. Donald Trump Jr.'s testimony indicates that he knew he was getting official documents that could be very useful to the campaign. That testimony falls squarely within the campaign finance law statutes and at least suggests that there was a willingness on the part of Trump Jr. to engage in preliminary discussions regarding the acceptance of such information, which could be considered a thing of value under the law. John Bolton will learn not to trust the president. He'll publicly embarrass you at the drop of a hat. President Donald Trump rebutted his national security advisor, telling reporters that he didn't consider the nuclear disarmament of Libya a model for negotiations with North Korea over its atomic weapons program. Bolton would do well to lower his profile. You really cannot trust anything these people say. On the Trump Tower meeting, having been caught, the Trump team hastily abandoned its original claim that there were no meetings with Russians. The new spin: the meeting was about adoptions, not election. That one didn't last long, either, once it was clear that investigators had detailed information about the meeting. Having been caught lying again, the Trump team acknowledged that the meeting had been proposed by Russians representing themselves as emissaries for the government for the purposes of sharing dirt on Hillary Clinton. If the Robert Mueller investigation uncovers nothing else, it's worth knowing that top advisors to President Trump were eager to work with an increasingly hostile adversary for the purposes of winning an election. Michael Cohen's trust in Trump will eventually evaporate. At some point, perhaps the poignancy will come home. Cohen might look in the mirror and see not a tough guy but a sap, and his supreme loyalty to Trump is not empowering but foolish. Perhaps he might even come to share or at least appreciate the revulsion Trump inspires in so many. Then, not tomorrow, or next week, but in good time, Cohen's emotional mindset might fall into line with his self-interest in avoiding a long prison sentence. And the stage may be set for the most loyal of the president's men to tell all.